This is Justin AMZN. On Thursday, September 5th, 2019, we had a gap up. It got above 1815, stayed above it pre-market, opened up for the day, pulled right back in, put in a low at 1815.58, and bounced. Had a really nice consolidation in here that through a really large high wave candle here. And there's a lot of bears hopping into this candle, looking like it's going to roll over, retest a little further, come back down here. Nope. It pretty much starts bouncing right off the 5 after this candle and just rides that up. Consolidates for a couple hours, which is pretty crazy. We made this move in the first hour of the day, went sideways, really sideways for like 3-4 hours, and then started to push higher. And right at the close, the last 5 minutes of the day, we pushed through 1841.30. And so I remember saying in yesterday's video, if we can gap above 1815, we look on the daily, if we can gap above 1815, like up in here, which we did, we should hit 1840 or 1841.30. I think I said 1840. So yeah, it's nice being right. It worked. It had really nice little pullback, but it was a bullish gap and go, clearing all of this resistance, clearing all of these bears. And then as it traded up, it was clearing all of these bears as well. And so anybody who bought and who was held through all of this is now profitable. If we can continue up, if we gap up again, I think there'll be some profit takers already, just because this is a pretty significant move. I mean, even from Monday, this was Monday, right? No, this was, what day was it? Oh yeah, Monday was a holiday. Never mind. I was thinking Monday. Yeah, this was Friday. From Friday, we were putting a low 80 points lower, and now we're up this high. So anyway, I was also noticing that the last 5 days we had a bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish. Maybe we'll have a little bit of a gap up, pull back. And then when I was thinking about that, if we gapped up, I was wondering, well, how high could we gap up? What if we got an open like this candle, closed at 1855? You know, that'd be a nice gap up right in the middle of this range, but it would almost bookend this whole section here, making this look like a multi-bottom or, you know, really nice distribution that's turned into an accumulation if it goes back up. And almost like an island reversal where you have gaps to start it out and end it, you know, similar to up here. We had a gap up, we had a gap down. This was an island reversal until we really pushed a little bit higher over these candles, closing that gap, and it doesn't really work as an island reversal. Similarly here, right now, this is an open gap other than this lower wick on this day and this day. So we really haven't traded through this price since this gap down. And it looks like if we could gap up, we have the same potential unless we, you know, have that lower wick. That's what I'd be looking for, though. If we can gap up at all tomorrow, I'd look for it to pull back into 1841.30, maybe a little lower, making the bears think that it's going to roll back down, and then see if we can continue up. The other perspective on this is it shouldn't be up this high. It feels like it shouldn't be up this high. You know, what have we really done here? We put in, you know, just some nice gaps, but we didn't really, I mean, this was a double bottom, retest, you know, there's been some patterns in here, but has it rested enough? Has it gone sideways enough? And, you know, I just want to throw that caution out because we had something similar happening in here where we were consolidating, looked like we were starting to break out, and then we just came right back down to the same range. We did actually put a lower low here from this one. Now this was earnings related, where we gapped down, but the breakout was happening on something before that. And it looks like something like this. Similarly, we had a squeeze. No, never mind. Squeeze here was forming after. You know, the other thing is this here could be this with the squeeze. You know, we could have a squeeze trigger and fire us bullish and then roll back down really far like this, pull back into a low. What if we did that? What if we pulled all the way back? What if we gap up, pull all the way back down into 1747 put in a new low down to like 1714.50, or what's the other one in here? It's not letting me highlight it. What if we pull into low 1700s like this and then bounce? I mean, that'd be pretty phenomenal if we did that. It would trap a lot of bulls here because I'm sure they have stops down here. It would trap a lot of bears thinking it's going to continue lower, and it just rallies up. What I also like is if we could get a low similar to this one. Now, that's if we pull back. That's if we roll over. That's if all these things. Alternatively, we could just continue on up. We've got room to go up. When we had, consolidations like this before, we definitely have the potential to move and to really just continue to move. And some of it was quick, some of it was a grind. Usually there's a quick one and there's a grinding one. This one had quick and then a grind and quick and a grind. What if we have a quick move up, get up to here, we grind sideways in the same area, and then see if we can pop and push up into 2000 again? Possible. So let's jump back into the 5 minute. We'll have to wait for some time to go by before we figure all that out. But back to the 5 minute, there are some opportunities to buy in here, and there are some opportunities to buy over in here. So if we look at the calls, it's the 1825 call. You can see these are the bears that are trapped. These are the people who are selling it, looking to just gain that premium. And as it closed and into the short week, but right at the open, gapped way up, clearing yesterday's option high, pulled back into this kind of consolidation range, bounced and made its own new consolidation range here. And this, you would need to be a little bit nimble on this, but as this is starting to bounce, you can get in 8x7, possibly. Whereas this candle pulls back, it didn't quite pull back to 8. So, where could you go? Maybe 850 by 7. That's a little bit more than $100 risk. But if you were able to get in 8x7, look at that rally. It doubled from 8 up to 16. It doubled. So that's 8R. And then it puts in this really nice consolidation here. Let me draw what I'm seeing, because it looks so good to my eyes. So there's ice cream. There you go, like that. Look at that. That's a really nice flag, really nice downtrend channel. And all you have to do is pick up a couple of these lows here and get the angle on these highs and be like, what if we touch this down here again? And then figure out an appropriate place, because you don't want to have an order sitting out. You're going to kind of have to watch it. If you're seeing this being rolled over again, it's like, well, what if it comes down to like 11? Or what if it comes down to 10? Well, as this starts to pull back, you probably got this candle and this one to be like, let's sit over 11, and not plenty, fund business trying to set the right exact price. So the low is 1074. Let's see. So yeah, if you had done 11, but as it's pulling down this quickly, it's like, oh no, do I cancel the trade? Nope, I'll get in 11 by 10. That rallied. That would have been another 8R. So going from 8 to 16 is an 8R trade, and then going from 11 to 18, that's 7 hours. So that would have been like 15 hours to play that, something like that. So there's some opportunities on calls. Another call a little further out, 1850. You can see the rollover yesterday. You can see the gap up, trapping those people right there. And then there you go. You can see the breakout here. So, I mean, this is really, you could have done this absolute zero. Buy at 1, stop at 0, and just let it run. And then it ran up to 4 within the first hour. Pulled back significantly. Could have been buying again down here, like 150 by 50 or 150 by 1 at this point. And that would have been a really nice gain there. Oops. So some really good opportunities. This turned into a inverted head and shoulders with a neckline retest and continuation. So there were opportunities. There were opportunities all day to get out on these. You can see this real nice. It's almost a, yeah, I guess we can call this a wave count. So if maybe from here to here is 1, and this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and then this is 5. That's kind of what I'm seeing there. So if we go back to this, you can see it here as well. So possibly down here, or maybe from pre-market, that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this looks like a much nicer consolidation and steadier consolidation. That looked like it was forming a triangle, starts to roll over, then bounces. You're seeing things very similarly here, but you're not getting the triangle. You're losing premium as this goes, and you don't have that happen here. So this looks like it's making lower highs, slightly higher lows until it makes this low. And you connect these, and you're like, yep, that's a little bit more of a channel than it was a triangle, other than the triangle breaking down and then recovering. And that's what happened. This kind of thing is what happened on the daily over here. You know, nice rally, consolidation, go sideways, consolidation, go sideways, roll over and bounce. Roll over and bounce, or this one, break out, roll over and bounce. So there are some similarities to daily and down into the 5-minute here. If we go a little further after hours, we're already pushing close to 1850. We'll see how that looks to open up. But if we can get into the 1850s, then what I was talking about with the setup here, pulling back initially could totally work. We've got a little more time before we would see the squeeze fire. If we can consolidate anymore and then go bullish, that would help. But the edge is still bullish here. It's making slightly higher highs and slightly higher lows on these bigger time frames. So it's happening. If we hold this value, I mean, 1747 becomes so significant. It's probably something you can draw a flip off of. So that's the next thing to do is evaluate. Okay, what's this range? What's the pullback? Where do we think we'd get up to? Do we pause somewhere in the middle, like get up into one of these lines? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see and be ready to play it, whatever the chart shows. Today was really nice to see a pullback and really just consolidate here, allowing people to get in and just ride it out. So that's what happened. And let's see. Hope this helps with the options, figuring out what the prices are. And the nice thing about such cheap options here is you can just buy more of them. Yeah. So getting back to like the 1825, that actually got in the money. So that, skyrocketed here. And but still, nice consolidation, nice pullback. And yeah, that's how things went today. So hope this helps. And we're back to continue to watch and figure out what can we do next. This is just the AMZN. Thanks.